Corin Bleu. Y'all remember Corin Bleu? He was in
High School Musical.
High School Musical. Yeah. So he and his wife, Sasha, proved that you can find love anywhere, even when you run your daily errands. I love this because his wife, Sasha, shared a picture from the moment they met 11 years ago. Yes, and you know where they met? They met in a supermarket. Yeah, Sasha says that they met in the coffee aisle. And this is one of the things, because women are always going, where can I find, like a good man? At the grocery store, apparently. But here's the thing, when you are shopping in a grocery store and you see a man, because a lot of men are married, you got to look in their cart. You got to see what he's buying. If that man has Pampers, baby formula, celery, he got a family. He may not have a ring on, but he got a family. I always look and see if men are in the personal sanitary aisle. If they walking out with tampons and always, he got a woman at home that had made him come out and get it for him. But if you see a man and he's got top ramen and saltines in his if he got a bunch of lean cuisines, most likely he is going to bed by himself. That is it. And yeah. So you have to watch it. I say stay out the produce aisle because a man that's buying the eggplant, men don't like eggplant. Women like the eggplant, so stay out the produce aisle. You gotta stay in the frozen food section where they sell the White Castle burgers and all of that. So you're gonna get a man single. And then my producer, Ashley, she said the best place to meet a man is a Home Depot. Now mostly, but you gotta go to a certain time because most men that go to Home Depot, they're married, they have kids. Because they got somebody that they got to build for. But if you go early in the morning, I think a lot of single men are at Home Depot early in the morning. It's a whole vibe to doing this. Because they're trying to get in and get out before the married men get in. They want to get in and get out. And I'm going to tell you, I was at Home Depot with my nephew, and we were getting some stuff, and I saw El DeBarge at the Home Depot. I sure did. He had on his glasses. He looked like a gorgeous Italian man in Home Depot. And I walked past him, and I backed up, and I said to my nephew, I said, DeAndre, that's El DeBarge. And my nephew said, who's that? If I could have took that drill, but I think, and El DeBarge, and I walked up, and I was like, hey, El. And he told me he was building some stuff. He was doing some stuff to the house for his brothers because he's really handy at that. And I'm telling you, I really was looking at El DeBarge. The only thing that stopped me is them 19 kids he got. He got a lot of kids. I'm saying, as a man, you got a lot of kids. That'll stop me every time. I can't, ooh, no.
Nick Cannon doesn't stand a chance.
Nick Cannon ain't, no, sir.
We're gonna rule out Future too, huh?
No, sir. I don't like a man with all them kids. You too distracted. No. I think sporting events are a good place to meet a man. Because a lot of men like to go to sporting events with their friends. That's the thing. But when you go to these sporting events, like you gotta dress up, for the sporting events. You gotta let people know you single. Because I went to a Knicks and a Nets game. The women don't really dress up at the Knicks and the Nets game. Everybody here in New York is cold. You got stuff to do, so you dress casually. You're into the game. But if you go to Los Angeles, let me tell you, these women dressed up like I'm looking for a rich man or a ball player. Women in LA will wear 6-inch heels, and they all walking down the thing like they're gonna fall in a hot minute. And what is that sound that they make? The women in LA, they like trying to get on the Jumbotron. Oh my gosh, they got the tank tops out, pulled down, a lot of cleavage going on. I went to a Knicks game with Jeffrey, and I remember the women had on Uggs and Timberlands, but they had the Timberlands that didn't have the heels. In LA, they got Timberlands with 6-inch heels. And I said, why are all these girls at the Knicks wearing plaid shirts and Timberlands? It was because they wanted to see the game. In LA, you know what the game is? But now Eve, the rapper, she met her husband. You remember that at a race car event. She met him at a race car event, and he owns a whole race car league. So I say you gotta go to these tennis matches, you gotta go to the race car things, but the thing about it is when you go, you cannot take your loud girlfriends, because they will stop you which is probably why my girlfriends don't invite me, because I'm so loud. Because loud girls scare men. Like if it's a bunch of us at one time, you got that one going, what? Huh? That's me. That's probably why I scared Elle DeBarge. I was like, Elle! So I want to know what you think. I want you to go to sherryshowtv.com, and I want you to let me know if you found your guy and where you found him. Like, what are the places to go? Because there's a lot of single women that watch the show, and they'd like to know, where do we go? Wine tasting? So let me know.